Hello. Hi. Oh, yeah. And he said that they're going to give her an MRI. So until they do that, she's got to stay there. Yeah. Okay. Good luck. Bye. No, my son Alex was always nice. I know when we first moved here, we lived upstairs, and the guy came over because he had bought something for gambling. I don't know what the hell it was. And my husband had a fit, you know? So we had to give the guy $20 or something like that. Because he was young. He was only about 15, I think.
When I was younger, she favored me a lot. She really did. I know I got away with murder. Shit, I was 14 years old, and I went and bought a suit at Stump's, a $95 suit. I gave the guy, I don't know, $10, $15 down. My mother paid the rest of it.
My son? I love him. He's my son. Regardless of what he does, he's still my son. You know? Yeah. So, and when we came here, well, he was born in June. We came here. It was my birthday, November 26th. I was 17 years old that day.
Grocery store with some of the most delicious produce, baked goods, and meats you've ever tasted.
Mom, get married and get her engagement ring so I can be the happiest kid in the whole world. Would you please, Montel?
You didn't tell me about that. Yes. Movie sequel for one band. So a good heavy metal band spells its name. The place Jared is an inspiration. We have been some ways come and go. This is not too late. Try Subway's new
My mother did everything she could do for me. That's the way I feel about her. She did everything that she could do for me. No matter what I asked her. I never had a, I used to do a lot of hollering, in the house, but so what? There was just nothing, you know what I mean? But, no, it was...
We were living in Garfield Heights when he was born. We had moved. And my mother used to yell at me. I used to take him everywhere I went. And my mother would say, can't you leave that kid home? Well, I had him like a doll. Yeah, hey, I'm 16. He was like a doll. No matter where I went, I took him. Yeah, we go on the streetcar downtown. Here I had Al.
Oh, yeah, I was about 6 years old, and we lived on the second floor. We had the upper flat at this house on Cass Street, next door to St. Rita's Church. And I don't know what I did, but we were upstairs in the kitchen. I'm running away from her. She pins me up against the wall with the table. So once she gets me, she starts pinching, and from that second floor, she pinched me until we got down to the ground floor, and then she finally let loose.
He was a nice boy. Yeah. He used to mind if you told him, something, he'd mind. I mean, they weren't like they are today, It was a different era. Times have changed in more ways than one. Oh, one time we were in the station. We took a train from Cleveland here, and we were at the station, and Nancy was with me. She was just a baby. So Alex was holding Nancy. And I don't know what he did. And I said to him, hey, what do you think you're doing? The guy said to me that was standing there, how wives talk to husbands. I said, hey, that's my son. It's not my husband.
Like I told you, I was very, very covetous of my mother. I didn't want nobody, even my uncles. I told my uncles once. My Uncle Johnny would come and swear. And I tell him, hey, right? I mean, that's her brother, okay? But I didn't like it that he was swearing. I even told Uncle Joe once. When Uncle Joe, because they both had dirty mouths. Uncle Johnny, all he liked to do was swear. Uncle Joe, all he did was, well, we didn't do that because my father didn't allow that in the house. It's not that I didn't swear, but in the house, we didn't do any swearing. You know what I mean? My father swore in Italian, okay? He'd say, Vaffanculo, becce di disonesto, disonorate, malaminchiati, or whatever. He would swear in Italian, but you couldn't use F or, MF or son of a, he didn't want that. He didn't want that. And we didn't do it. I was working second shift, and everybody was gone. They were all at work, My mother was working, my brother was working, my sisters, they were in school or whatever. And I was on second shift, and I wanted to sleep. I was tired. And this parakeet kept chirping and chirping. So finally, I get up without thinking. I'm groggy, half asleep. So I get up, I go to the cage, and the cage must have been like, the little door. It was about this big. I opened up the door, my hand fell, I went boom. I hit the bird, and without thinking, I just went back to bed. You know what I mean? So I go back to bed, and naturally the bird shut up, it shut up. So now, the next day, because I had come home, and I used to come home late on second shift, nobody was up, I was asleep. The next morning, my mother goes, geez, we don't know what happened. I says, what, Ma? She says, that bird, what was his name, the bird's name now? Oh, what did they call it? They had the name for the... She says, the bird was dead. I says, geez, Ma, yeah. I never dreamed that the way I did, that I had killed that bird. But this, it was dead, though.
I don't remember. I really don't remember that, though.
No?
No, my memory is going to H-E-double-L. No. I do know that I wanted to get rid of that bird because the mess on the floor with those seeds. Gosh, used to drive me up a wall.
I
gotta go use the bathroom.
Because it once produced most of Australia's apples. Or Tasmania? Yes. Land of up for 600. This constellation is land of up for 800. In the second verse of this Australian song, a jump up or sheep up to drink at a water hole.
But that story that I told you about the bird, that really isn't nice for this to make people think I'm a callous man or something.
It's what happened.
Yeah, but that's something you're not supposed to talk about. That's something you're supposed to feel bad about, which I do feel bad, I mean, I felt bad after. Chico, that bird's name was Chico, that parakeet. Chico, beep, 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 beep. Oh, God. Yeah, I needed, we were all working at the shoe shop. So, I don't know, I got in a little bit of a jam. So I says, Ma, I said, I want to borrow some money. I don't know what I needed, 300 or 400, whatever it was. I asked her, I says, Ma, I need, Jesus Christ, he goes, can't you wait till I die? I says, no. I says, after you're dead. I says, who needs it? Who wants it then? I says, I need it now. Not after you're dead. I need it now, I told her. I got it.
Oh, that's something. He's, that bar, Joe? He told me when I cook, he wants it. He was a spoiled brat. He used to hold his breath And one day my husband brought him upstairs. Rose gave him to me. He thought he died. Till he picked up his breath. The son of a gun scared the living hell out of me.
See this ring?
Yeah.
25 years ago, a guy he had a pawn shop, okay? Well, they called it the loan, they had on there, for loans, right? But anyway, this guy who owned, and it just so happened he owed me a few dollars, okay? So I go in the store. In the meantime, I'm looking through the counters, and I see this ring, right? Now when he comes out, he owed me like $125. So I says, how much is that ring in there? Tell you what, he said. For what I owe you, he says, you could have the ring. I says, give me the ring. And that's how I got this ring.
This existential pal of Jean-Paul Sartre wrote The Second Sex.
You're still taking pictures? That's a genuine, that lamp costs a lot of money, Joe. See that lampshade? Alex paid for that lampshade, $300. Just to redo it. Mm-hmm. What about him?
Yeah, what,
Well, I hate to say, but he's got a bad habit. And that's what he's doing right now. Yeah, I don't like when he drinks.
oh, it's the
I
only,
bawl him out all the time. And then, lately, he had a heart attack at one time. And I tell him, don't smoke. But that goes in one ear, out the other. But we don't really argue. I can't say we argue.
I even talked to my mother and said she was drinking vodka and orange, like a couple of weddings, not lately, but say, a few years back. She could sit at the bar and have 2 or 3 of them. She'd feel good. I always told her a lot of times, and she was taking her pills. Remember that story I told you? I emptied out that whole cupboard. She had all these pills. She used to go to the doctor, and he'd put her on this tranquilizer, that tranquilizer. She must have had a cupboard full. And I called her one day. I said, what do you got, a pharmacy here? And for some, I was a son of a bitch sometimes. I got mad. I took all them pills out, and I threw them. And I says, why don't you just have like Daddy? I said, why don't you just have a shot? I says, and forget them pills.
He makes fun of me. He makes fun of me. Well, you saw what he did when he walked in here. He likes to tease.
what did he do?
And when he comes, if I have vodka in the house, he drinks it. And then I holler at him for drinking. So we're all back and forth.
There's nothing that my mother made that I didn't like. You know what I mean? There's nothing she made that I didn't like. And a lot of my friends, like they would make their sauce, all right? And I found this out later on. Everybody's mother makes the best. Because that's what you're weaned on. That's what you're brought up on, right? And everybody I found, you can't say my mother made the best, right? Because somebody else says, no, my mother made the best.
At Culver's, Oak Creek, West Dallas.
Religious Riverbend Shoe Center has the shoes that fit in the styles you need, from slims to extra wide. Our women's shoe department specializes in great-fitting, comfortable shoes for dress.
Now get extra savings to 10% on Sealy Simmons Serta mattresses and boxes
No, she
at
didn't.
Culver's. Sealy Simmons
Yes,
Serta, some of
it's
the
not
best
here.
money can buy. Now
She
get
took
extra
it.
savings to an additional 10% this week.
Oh, if it
So
was
come
here, I'd have
Culver's
seen
and
it,
try them all.
'cause I have it on the
Next day,
washer.
free delivery, old bedding removal, and a bed frame.
No.
Get the guaranteed lowest prices on Sealy Simmons and Serta, now from just $45. So come on, get comfortable at Culver's.
Yeah, once my mother and I were driving to work at that Lisbon shoe shop, and we was talking about my wife, and I don't know. I was driving, and she was on the driver's passenger, sitting there. And for some reason, and I always felt kind of guilty, I grabbed her by the shoulder, and I went like this. I shook her a little, and I felt bad, and I think I scared her.
Alex was a nice kid. He's still a good kid, even if he's 73. So you talk to him like you're doing me.
Same thing.
What did he tell you about me?
Cleans too much. She drives me nuts, cleaning. You go there, you're having a cup of coffee. She'll take if you get up to, she'll take the thing, the cup and put it away already. What if you want another cup? You know what I mean? Then you're sitting down eating. You're not even half through what you're eating. Whatever it is, you go, oh, well, we got a cake now. We got, well, wait, Ma. Wait till I'm done eating. Oh, that aggravates me. She's, always in a hurry or something. I don't know. Get done.
That's why we carry so many different.
My mother was nice,
so
too.
customize your kitchen.
So was my father. My father was a great guy.
We call
Yeah.
it designer line of appliances.
But we all go, sooner or later. We're not here to stay.
A whole new wardrobe.
And I broke a nail. Damn it. I do it every time. I wonder if I have my file here.
Next on First Floor News, evidence linking some hijackers to Osama bin Laden is made public.
And the attack.
What are they talking about, then? That ass?
That you can expect.
Also today, more Wisconsin Internet.
Well, Marcus Sal got separated from his wife. So at that time, none of us were living at home. You know what I mean? Just my sister Nancy. Everybody else was gone. So he got the bedroom, to stay there. Told him he was going to stay for a couple of 3 months, right? So this one morning, he gets up. It must have been like 8:30, 9 o'clock, just to use the bathroom, right? Now he goes in the bathroom, and he figured, he's going to go back to bed, right? He's going to sleep some more because it was, too early for. Now he goes to go in bed. The bed's fixed, and he goes, Rose, what did you do? Well, she says, I thought you were going to, stay up. And in a matter of 3 minutes, she had the bed fixed. And he had to tell the story.
Well, gee, it was 10 o'clock. I used to get up at 6. At 10 o'clock, he'd go to the bathroom. By the time he came out, I had the vacuum cleaner by the door, and I had his bed made. And he'd go to Grandma, yeah, she makes the bed. When I said, but it's not 6 in the morning. It's 10 o'clock, Oh, yeah, that was funny. Yeah.
That she always thought about other people, her family, her brothers, her sisters, her kids. She always worried about who was sick, who had enough to eat. She, her mind was always on. She never really thought about herself. As far as I can, remember, she really never did. It was always thinking about somebody else. She was very clannish type of that way. I mean, I don't know. Just even today, she's 90 years old. She calls, and if you don't call her, she wonders why you're not calling. Why, why you didn't call.